And every exhale is an invitation to soften and move slightly deeper into a stretch. So we're trying to move deeply into stretches without creating any force or tension. So sitting comfortably in your chair, feel your sitting bones planted firmly onto the chair, your feet planted firmly onto the ground. You can just lift and flare your toes, try to create space between each toe, and then place your feet back down on the ground. And bringing your awareness up through your pelvis, try to lift your body up out of that seat, so creating length along the sides of your spine, imagining your whole spine lengthening up. Each little cushion between your vertebrae being pumped with a bit of air to float you upwards. Draw the chin in slightly towards the throat, so that the back of your neck is long. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, try to soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, maybe swallow to let go of any tension through the throat. And we're going to take a big breath in, reaching the hands to the sky. And exhale down. Big breath in, reaching both hands up. And exhale down. And again, inhale, reaching up, perhaps gazing up towards your hands. And exhale down. We're bringing one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your tummy, and close your eyes with me for a moment. Notice where your breath is. Is your top hand or your bottom hand rising? Try to invite that breath down into the bottom hand, allowing your belly to expand as you inhale. And exhaling, trying to empty your lungs completely. Two or three more breaths here, lengthening your spine. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose, and you'll feel the air rushing through your throat as you press it up through the nose. Good, taking another inhale, you can open your eyes, reach those arms out to the side like an eagle. And exhale, bring them forward, rounding the spine slightly, tucking your chin in, bringing the hands to touch in front of you. Then inhale, open the chest, bring the arms back, send the heart forward, perhaps looking up towards the corner of the ceiling, so not quite up to the ceiling above you. Exhale, round, tuck the tail in, round the spine, reach the fingers forward, tuck in your chin. And inhale, open up, lengthen the spine, send the chest forward. Reach those arms back, feeling the openness through the front of your chest. Exhale, round the spine, tuck in your chin, reach the arms forward. And inhale, open up, send the hips, the chest forward. And exhale, lower your hands down. Good. You can bring your feet closer together now in the chair. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs, reaching your fingertips towards the ground, perhaps resting your upper body on your thighs. And allow your head to hang loose here towards the ground. Shake your head a little for a no, give it a little nod for a yes, to try and let go of any tension in the neck, inviting gravity to give you a little bit of traction through the neck. Then we're going to inhale, reaching your arms forward, leading with your fingers, so they're going to lift up towards the ceiling, bringing your whole body all the way up. Good, and exhale, bring the arms down. One more time, that one, reaching your arms to the ceiling, look up. And exhale, lower down towards the ground, bringing your upper body to rest on your thighs, your hands towards the ground. Try to let go of any tension in the lower back here. So it's a nice lengthening, relieving stretch for the lower back. Try to let go. Let your head drop down, the crown of your head reaching towards the ground. And on your next inhale, lead with the hands, reach those hands forward all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the hands down. Good, now widen your legs out to the side. And we're going to place your hands on your knees and gently do a big circle through. Good, so creating space through the inner thighs. Feeling some mobility through your lower back and pelvis. Good. Notice at which point you feel a stretch and where you feel that stretch and what you can do to maybe deepen it. Let's change direction. Good. Feel just inviting movement that you don't normally do in everyday life, but that supports our everyday life. Good, returning to the center, we're going to now lower one elbow down towards your thigh. And take a deep breath in here. Turn that bottom palm upwards. Give yourself a sense of openness. Big inhale. And exhale. And inhale, come up. Exhale down to the other side. Lowering your elbow towards the thigh. Try to keep the chest open, so try not to crouch forward here. Keep that chest open. It's a sideways bend through the spine. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back to the other side. This time the opposite arm can reach over, inviting length through the side of your body here. Good. Feel your hand reaching in the opposite direction to your hip. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Place that elbow on your thigh and bring your other arm overhead. Good. Feel the stretch between the armpit and the hip, pulling them in opposite directions. Inhaling to make space. Exhaling to lower deeper. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. And you can bring your legs a little closer together and sitting really nice and tall. We're going to take the head and sit in a semicircle across the front of your chest, side to side. So just from one side to the other, noticing what you feel, slowly moving into the spaces where it feels like you maybe need to pause there. If you notice some tightness or a sensation of stretch, just hold it there for a moment. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let go of the tension you feel, and then move along that curve to another point where you can feel some more tension. And repeat that, taking a big breath. And let go of any of the tension that you're feeling. Moving side to side through that movement. Good, returning your head back to the center. You're going to bring one leg up onto your knee, sitting nice and tall. Press one hand onto the knee, one hand onto the ankle, and then lift up, lengthen that spine. You're trying to levitate up off the chair through your upper body. Good, take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, rotate towards the bent leg. You can just turn your palms open as a sense of openness, and then exhale, come back to the center, warming up this rotation. So inhale, turn the palms up as you reach them sideways, turning towards the bent leg, and exhale back to the center. Inhale, rotate, and exhale, center. Inhale, rotate, and exhale, center. Good. This time we're going to hold it there. So rotate. Use one hand on your knee and now one hand behind you to add a little bit of extra rotation. So inhale, lengthening. Exhale, imagine you're turning from the belly button towards the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, try to rotate a bit more from the chest. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, try to rotate your head to look behind you. Being slow, let go of any tension in the hips, or the jaw, or the neck. And gently unravel back to the center. Good, you can release that leg down and change sides. Sitting tall, reach your spine up out of your chair. Inhale, and as you exhale, over to the side. Not a full rotation yet. Inhale to the center. Exhale, turn. Turning the palms up, feeling with your hands. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Good. Now taking one hand, plant it in onto your knee, the other hand behind you to prop you up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate. Trying to create that rotation from the belly button. So almost like you're trying to turn your belly button backwards. Inhale, lengthen. Now try to rotate a bit further from the chest, like you're trying to get your chest bone to turn backwards. Small, subtle movements. The imagery is to try and help you get that full rotation from the bottom to the top of the spine. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and on your next exhale, allow your head to rotate a bit further, looking behind you. Using your breath to try to soften into the stretch. And then gently on your next exhale, gently unravel back to the center. Good. All right, coming up into standing, we're going to come to the back of the chair. Placing your hands on the back of the chair, we're going to slowly walk your legs backwards to where your upper body can sink down through your arms. So trying to get the upper body to a tabletop position. Soften the knees. Send the hips back. And then use your breath. So every inhale, feel your ribs expand. Feel the distance between your tailbone and the crown of your head growing longer. So you're lengthening your spine still now, but horizontally. And every exhale, trying to soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, allow the upper body to sink, melt down towards the ground. Make adjustments as you need for, you want it to feel, obviously no pain, and feel like it's enabling you to let go of tension. And it should feel good. It should feel like your body wants this kind of stretching. So never force any stretches. For the muscles to be able to really let go, they need to be not under pressure or stress or tension or pain. Another big inhale, feel the breath, expand your lungs. And exhale, stay there, sink a little lower. Almost try imagine my hand being placed gently but firmly between your shoulder blades, guiding your chest gently down towards the ground. Use your breath. And then on your next inhale, come upright. Good. And then step forward with one leg. So you've got one leg forward, one leg back. Both legs are straight. The back leg, sink your heel in towards the ground, so stretching through the back of the leg there. Now keep your spine straight and fold forward again from the hips, but we're going to be stopped by a sensation of stretch down the hamstrings of the front leg. So keep that spine long and look for that stretch down the front, the back of the front leg for the hamstrings. Chairs there just for some support. Always inhaling to lengthen your spine out of your pelvis, exhaling to sink gently, melting in further into that stretch. Gently press through your hands, come up, step back with the front leg and change sides. You're in a triangle. Back leg, try to press your heel towards the ground to feel the calf muscle stretching. Keep the legs straight now, tummy in, and fold from the pelvis to feel the stretch down the back of the front leg now. We're trying to not round the spine here, so keep your spine long, your chest open. The hinge is happening from the hips. Again, try to imagine my hand pressing gently between your shoulder blades to straighten up that spine. Feeling the stretch in your hamstring. Gently come all the way up and step forward with the back legs. Your feet are together at the back of the chair. Now taking your left leg behind you, tuck the toes under so that the top of your foot is facing the ground. This might feel uncomfortable for some of us if you don't do much of this kind of stretch. So just make adjustments where you need, but just trying to invite a bit of a stretch along the top of the foot. You can tuck your toes back like a ballerina, and then roll your foot from the pinky to the big foot to just explore gentle movement. So you'll feel the sensation of stretch in different areas of the top of the foot as you shift your foot side to side. I'm going to try and just bring my foot a bit closer. You kind of moving it side to side like this on the mat to feel the stretch down through the top of the toes here. Good. If you can tolerate it, keep it there, gently stretching through the top of the toes, and then lift the arm on the same side as that leg up towards the ceiling. Send the chest forward. And then the arm that's reaching to the ceiling, reach those fingertips down behind your head as far as you can manage. And then tuck your fingers in like you're making a fist behind your head. We're just connecting from the fingertips to the toe tips, the tissues and fascia that are connected in one line here. Inhale, reach the fingers to the sky. Exhale, bring them to the chair, and then release that back foot. Place it on the ground. We're changing sides, so step the opposite foot behind you and gently tip shift the weight from the big toe to the little toe. So just rotating your foot slightly side to side, exploring what that feels like, where the tightness is for you in the top of the toes. Feeling that stretch across the front of the foot, across the front of the toes. Good, and then keeping it there if you can, lifting the hand on the same side, lifting that up towards the ceiling, send your chest forward. And then bring your hand behind your back, like you're trying to reach for your shoulder blades. And then tuck in your fingers like you're making a fist. Might feel different on this side to what it did on the other side. We're always asymmetrical. We don't function like robots symmetrically. And then inhale, reaching the hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower down. And gently release foot. Good. Okay, we're going to step now sideways, widening out through the legs. So try to get your legs as wide as you can manage them. Turning your toes outwards slightly. And in this position, we're going to try to keep the spine straight and gently bend forward towards the ground. Reaching your hands downwards until you feel a stretch on the insides of your thighs. We're trying to feel the inside of the thigh. Keep the spine straight. It's not about trying to reach the ground. It's just to get to a point where you feel the inside of your thigh stretching here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bend through one knee, shifting your hips towards that side. Increasing a feeling of stretch through the inside of the thigh. Good. Lengthen up the spine, bring your head, shoulders above your pelvis. Keep yourself nice and aligned. Feeling the stretch on the inside of the thigh. Good, nice big breath in. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and reach the knuckles towards the ground. So try to open through the chest. Every inhale, you're lengthening, making space, and every exhale, maybe sinking a little deeper into your stretch. Good, then inhale, press up through that bent leg, back to the center. And exhale, bend the other side, sinking low into that side. Feeling the inside of your thighs stretching. Try to let go of any tension in the lower back, the hips. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms back, stretch those shoulders. Being mindful of which position feels good for you. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, drawing the tailbone down towards the ground, so being conscious of not arching too much in the lower back here. And every exhale, trying to sink a little lower, reach the arms a little further. Good, inhale, come all the way up. Gently release the shoulders, give them a little shake, and gently bring your feet back together. Good, now coming to face the chair. Have the backrest in your right hand so that I can say left and right and we're all on the same leg. So stand facing the seat with the backrest at your right hand. And then place your left leg on the chair. Standing tall, tuck in your tailbone, gently sink forward towards that leg. And then press out of that position. Again, sink forward, tuck in the tail, so trying to feel front of the right hip stretching. And move out of that. Sink forward gently. And come back. One more time, sink forward. We're going to stay there. Now lifting your left arm sideways, out to the side. Good, take a deep breath in and out here. Just allowing that stretch through the front of the chest, front of the shoulder. And as you exhale, bring your weight back onto the back leg. So your leg is now aligned with your upper body. Now stretch that left leg back and allow your chest to rotate with it. So you're rotating towards the right leg. You can either keep your right arm on the chair, or you can place it on the outside of the left knee to give you a little bit more rotation here. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, moving a little further into that twist. It's more about getting the chest to rotate rather than reaching the arm too far back. Maybe looking behind you if your balance can allow that. Good, and gently, slowly unravel back to the center. Now take that left leg and bring it closer to the backrest. So you're shifting it as though it's in line with your right leg. Then allow your knee to open out to the side. Yeah. The leg's going to come in front of you, your right leg. Rock the knee outwards to open through the hip here. Standing tall, keep your spine long and gently fold forward from the hips. So don't try to touch the chair here, just trying to create a little bit more of a stretch through the hip. Let go of any tension in the front of the hip here and tightness in the hip muscles. Good. Nice, big, even cycles of breath, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold a little further forward. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, bring the knee up to neutral, and then bring that leg down to the ground. Now changing sides. So turning your chest so that you have the backrest at your left hand. We're going to bring the right leg onto the chair. And gently sink into that leg and out. Sinking in, tuck in the tailbone, feeling for a stretch in the front of your left hip. So wanting to feel the left hip stretching. Keep the tailbone tucked in firmly. Moving in and out of that stretch. Down and up. Good. Down, now stay there, tuck in the tail. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling here. Good. On your next exhale, shift the hips back so that your back leg is directly under your upper body now. And reach the right arm behind you, rotating your spine towards the right leg. Your left hand can stay on the backrest, or it can move to the outside of the right knee to give you a little bit more leverage. So the focus is it's not a balance activity, it's a stretch. So wherever you feel most stable, your muscles will be able to release more and give you a better stretch. Good. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, rotate a little further. And then gently unravel back to the center. Good, bringing that leg down. All right, then we're going to cross the leg over so that it's in line with the right leg. Sorry, in line with the left leg. Right leg comes over onto the side of the chair that's closest to the backrest. And then allow your knee to open out to the side. Allowing gravity just to open that knee like a book and create some rotation and openness and stretch through the hip. Let go of any tension in the front of the hip and in your jaw. Keeping your spine long, exhale to fold forward gently from the hips. Try not to round the spine. So purely trying to get movement just from the hips. A gentle forward hinge. Keep that spine long. Feeling a stretch through the back of the buttock muscles, through the hip. Good. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, bring your leg back down. Good. Then bringing your feet to standing hip width apart. Feel yourself rooted down into the ground. Bring your hands out to the side. Light behind me is making me a little bit invisible. Turn your palms upwards and take one ear towards the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Exhale the other way. Inhale back to the center. Exhale the other way. Inhale to the center. Exhale. And inhale to the center. Good. Lower your hands. I'm coming closer so that you can see me here. So we're going to use our hands to try to release some of the neck muscles around our necks. So if you turn your head to the side, you'll feel a little muscle pop out here. I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to feel it. And you can follow it all the way up to the base of your skull, just behind your ear. So you'll feel the hard part of your skull just behind your ear. And gently run your fingers with some pressure down along that muscle, right down to where your collarbone comes in towards your throat. So just play around there. You can either try and take hold of the muscle with your fingers and give it a gentle stretch, gentle massage. Gently running your hands down your neck. There are lots of blood vessels and nerves in this area, so it can feel uncomfortable if you're not actually on the muscle. So it needs to feel like a muscle kind of sensation as you're rubbing it. Good, then gently to the other side, so turn the other way, see if you can feel that muscle popping up, and then you can run your hands up it all the way to where it starts, the base of the skull behind the ear, and press your fingertips into the muscle, trying to feel it all the way down to where the collarbone connects to your sternum. Just gently inviting some mobility to the tissues here. This muscle really gets short if we spend a lot of time with our head poking forward, and it makes it very hard to keep our necks well aligned if this muscle is tight and short. And gently release there. And then bringing your hands behind your head. Turn myself around here. Coming from as low down as you can reach. Run your fingers up along your neck, right to the base of your spine. Base of your head, sorry. When you can feel your skull, you can do little circles all along the base of the skull. So you'll feel the bony skull. And then just move your fingers somewhat intuitively to where it feels tender. You might notice it feels quite tender towards the inside, where there's a bit more muscle bulk. Just explore with gentle but firm circles, releasing any tension. You can now move your fingers, kind of pop them off the edge of the cliff of your skull into the muscles just below, and run them up and down along the back of the neck. Good. And then gently release your hands. Bring your hands over the top of your head, and very gently with a long spine, gently tuck your chin towards your throat, using your hands to guide you down. Keep your spine long, so try not to allow this to create a roundness in the upper back. Keep that upper back long, just a stretch of the muscles along the neck. And gently release. Bring that down. Good, then we're going to draw the chin in towards your throat. So trying to do the opposite of that. Draw the chin in towards your throat. Keep that drawn in. Take your ear towards one side. And then rotate up like you're trying to look at the opposite corner of the room. So you should feel a stretch, kind of a spiraling stretch along the side of the neck. Yeah. Exhale. Release that rotation back to the center and bring your head back to neutral. One more time to the other side. So draw the chin in towards your throat. Take the ear to the opposite shoulder and rotate in the opposite direction. And gently release. Good, then bringing your hands up. So this one we did on Wednesday between the doorposts, which we're just going to use our back muscles to draw your shoulders back. Imagine you've got your hands between two doorposts and they're pressing your arms backwards. So trying to create space between the, across the front of the shoulder. Good, release down. And then taking your hand again, so starting right at the top of the shoulder joint, gently pressing in with 2 or 3 fingers in little circular movements to find any tension or tightness in these pec muscles. And you can move all along beneath the collarbone, all the way to the sternum, the chest bone. And then you can go back. So this muscle moves out like a fan downwards from the shoulder towards the chest. So just feel where there's any tension or tightness and invite a little bit of release in there into that muscle. You apply as much pressure as you feel you need. And then do the other side. Pressing in. Again, these pec muscles tend to be shortened because of the posture we find ourselves in. I talk about it all the time because I constantly am fighting my own shoulders that want to come forward, which has always been a battle for me. So feel those muscles, feel any tension, and just press into them. Good. And release. Then bringing the arms up again one more time, reaching back, maybe it feels a little easier. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And reaching the palms back and out, palms up. I'm going to just do this. So one palm up, one palm down, alternating sides. We're just mobilizing the nerves through the shoulders here. A little bit of coordination, try to do one at a time. One closed, one open. Harder than I. And release the arms down. Good. Okay, coming into sitting. Good, sitting nice and comfortably. Bring one hand back onto your chest and one hand back onto your belly. And close your eyes with me. Notice where your breath is. Invite it deeper and lower. We're going to inhale together for 4 and exhale together for 4. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And in 1, 2, 3, 4. And out 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going at that rhythm. Let go of tension in your shoulders. Invite that breath deeply into your belly. Soften your jaw, soften your neck, soften your fingertips and your toes. Giving your body the space to enjoy the physical space that you've created in your joints and your muscles. And then you can open your eyes and we'll all together take one last deep breath in, reaching your hands to the sky. And big sigh out. Well done, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you for coming.